Well, good afternoon. I'm Mark Belach, and I'm co-founder of Guhuza, and also known as Mark B. Mark A. Over to you.
Hello. I'm Mark Anthony Jackson, also known as Mark A. I'm talent and client coordinator here at Guhuza. And something interesting today, Mark. It's not nighttime. It's the afternoon. What
It's
are you doing?
afternoon. Yeah, normally we go live Sunday nights, but today we're early because of the Super Bowl later tonight. We don't want to overlap with that, right? So
Hmm.
today's Sunday, February 8th. This is our weekly show where we talk about jobs, interviews, hiring, AI, and the real market, not just headlines, is really getting a feel for things. Guhuza is helping making hiring and job searching faster, simpler, and more human. So thanks for watching. So, Mark, we had the Canada job numbers. They got released a couple of days ago on Friday. Overall, 25,000 jobs lost in January. Ontario itself lost 67,000 jobs. Alberta rose by 20,000, which is good news, but kind of not great news overall. Manufacturing down about 30,000 jobs across the country. Fewer Canadians are actively job hunting. Unemployment rate is down because people stopped looking, not because more people got hired. Education, public administration also saw job losses. So, what do you think?
Mark, no matter how it's framed, this just is not a good report. Ontario especially was hit hard, and the market is clearly under pressure. And just for some additional context, over the past few months, we have seen some added jobs going into Ontario, but you can see how quickly things could just swing from one end to the other. So, for all job seekers out there, if you haven't updated your LinkedIn profile or your Gahuza profile, make sure you do that because when jobs become scarce, the most important thing is visibility. You want to make sure you stand out. You want to make sure that you're out there and you're putting your best self forward.
Yeah, really, regardless of how the government may try to paint a rosy picture, it's not that rosy. But like Mark A said, get out there, and we'll have some more tips soon as we go through here on what to do if you have lost your job.
I have a question
U.S.
for you, Mark.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was about the U.S. job numbers. Actually, what's going on with those? We
well,
haven't seen anything yet.
so there was the shutdown was delayed a little bit, and they are going to be coming out this Wednesday, February 11th. So we'll see. Previously, we've had layoffs in tech, other sectors ongoing, employers signaling not that great confidence in where things are going, but we'll see. That will be the January numbers because they come out the next month. So those will be the January U.S. numbers, and we'll see how those shake out. And we'll have those numbers on next week's podcast. But moving fast and connecting directly with hiring managers is always an edge. So speaking of edge, AI and hiring, we got some key stats this week. Mark, what did we get?
Yeah, we ran through some stats and we got 54% of recruiters are seeing AI assisted or fake candidates. And that's something that you and we've talked about that before. We see that all the time. Everyone's faking their resumes. Everyone's trying to match it with the job descriptions. It's crazy. We also saw 89% of companies say they're underusing AI and 47% say there's a disconnect between HR and executives on AI strategy, which is very interesting because everyone's trying to use AI. Not enough people are using AI, but what's happening, Mark? It's confusing.
It is confusing, and you know what? There's a lot of stuff coming at different people, and what to do, how to use it. And I always say, like, what are the issues that you have? What are the problems that you have? And find problems or find solutions that fit those problems. But yeah, it's been interesting to see these types of stats come through because you think, oh, everybody's using it, and another thing too is that everybody just assumes that everybody has adopted AI. I mean, most people have gone on to the ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever way of forming emails and writing reports and doing analysis and getting thoughts and so on and so forth. But when it comes to recruiting, there's just so many different tools out there that you kind of go, okay, well, like, what are companies using? And sometimes you might be surprised, like those big companies that you think are using, they're up to date, they're using the most sophisticated AI available. Just not the case. It's just not the case. So this week we had a few jobs that were run on Guhuza, just a sampling. We had executive assistant, client services coordinator, data entry specialist, and talent acquisition manager across Canada and the U.S., which is pretty cool. So if you do have a problem with connecting with candidates, if you're a company and you're a recruiter, book a demo with us. We'd love to show you how Guhuza works. You can register and find out more about everything at Guhuza.com and join the movement. You know, we call ourselves the Guhuzian community. And so we want you to be part of the Guhuzian community. So
100%. Right.
Yeah.
And you know, Mark, one thing too is that, you know, AI isn't going away. The plain and basics of it is not going to go away anytime soon. It's just how we're going to use it to make it better for everyone. And I think that's what Guhuza is doing, really.
Yeah. I always say, you know, things don't go backwards. So while you might be thinking, oh, we'll go back to the way we were before, it's not going to happen that way. So, you know, and one thing I just wanted to talk about, because this has come up with people who look at, you know, Guhuza and they say, well, you know, people can fake their resumes. Well, with Guhuza, the model is different. It's not like a job board where you post your resume and then you start applying to jobs. It's very different than that. It's the where you can only upload your resume and then we let you know when there's a job that matches your background. So you can't hack the system. You can't game the system. Like when you see a job, like what happens is, and we've talked about this before many times, Mark, is that people are trying to game the system. They see a job, they create a fancy, great resume for that particular job, and then they apply. And what happens is that an HR recruiter get like 200 great resumes, and they're like, I don't know which to call. And then they start calling or setting up interviews, and then they realize that this person is nothing like what they're talking about. So, so very challenging times for HR and recruiters that they're just getting overwhelmed with these perfect resumes that are just AI generated.
No one knows what to do, but Guhuza has a solution. Hey, it is there.
One resume, you know, have your resume. So if someone loses their job, Mark, we talked last week about just telling people. So what are some other tips that they should do?
Well, I got 4 big tips in my mind. So, you know, the first thing is, you know, tell people. You know, the greatest way, the greatest asset you have is your pipeline, your network, who you're connected with. So tell people, because they'll reach out. They'll be like, okay, I know somebody who has a job opportunity. You know, just reach out to people in your network. My second thing is create visibility. Post, update your profiles, signal availability. You know, keep your LinkedIn updated. Show that you're doing something. You're active. You're working towards something. That's always great. Third thing is to connect. Don't just apply. Conversations beat applications. That's a pretty good line right there. And you know, a lot of people talk about coffee chats, having chats with people over Zoom, hiring managers, book times with people, speak to people, join events. And then my fourth thing is move fast, respond quickly, follow up, and show energy, show your interest, show that you want to do something, show that you believe in something, and the market will reward you for it.
It makes such a difference, doesn't it, when people respond quickly to our outreach, right? Like, hey, I'm there, I'm available, like, you know, let's go.
You know, especially when, you know, if we don't happen to get on to somebody for an interview or a survey, you know, we're gonna have to send you an email. But if you answer the call right away, you're available, you're there, you're ready, you're showing interest, and that helps us find you a better position.
Yeah, you know, also another thing I've noticed is, for whatever reason, people in Canada tend not to answer the phone. People in the U.S. tend to answer their phone more likely, right? It's a weird kind of thing. Like, I think Canadians tend to not, you know, kind of feel uncomfortable maybe on the phone, or like say, hey, you know, somebody's calling me, you know, just text me or just email me or whatever if you want something. But it's like conversations can lead to great things, right? Exactly. So, you know, can I answer the phone?
You know, respond to the ping that you get from Guhuza.
Exactly.
You know, just get in front of somebody, speak to somebody, and, you know, really let your personality shine. You know, everyone's trying to find if you're the right fit for their organization. So try to be the right fit for their organization. Speak to them.
Yeah. So look, systems are shifting. AI is part of hiring, as much as you may say, I don't really want to, you know, get on board with that. But at the end of the day, real people still hire real people. Be visible, move fast, use tools that help you stand out. Oh, and by the way, we're almost at 2,500 interviews on Guhuza. We're going to do a profile of the 2,500th interview and speak with both the employer and the job seeker, whoever gets us to that 2,500. So hopefully you're that person. If you're a company, we'll profile you. If you're a job seeker, we'll profile you as well. So stay by your phone, get that text, do that interview. So closing up, Super Bowl tonight. Who are we cheering for? Who are you on, Mark? Patriots or Seahawks?
Mark, I'm gonna have to go with the Patriots. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to go with the Patriots. They've won so much. They can't lose now. They can't.
They got that legacy and that experience. Although it's all new guys like from the Brady years, so who knows what's gonna happen? But okay, well you take the Patriots, I'll take the Seahawks, and we'll see what happens next. Well, by next week, this time we'll know what who was right. But enjoy the game tonight. Have a great week ahead. Oh, you wanted to mention about your Thursday afternoon.
Yes.
Also.
Every Thursday, 2:00 Eastern time on Zoom, I have a job seeker event where I speak to job seekers about their experience, what they're looking for, and give them updates on the market and ways to help them out, tips, tricks, the availability to speak to me, speak to others. But this week, we have something special going on. We have a special guest known as the soft skills guy, also known as Lukey. He's going to be joining us, and you could check that out on our LinkedIn, on Guhuza's LinkedIn page. You'll be able to see everything involving that, how to register, how to sign up, where the Zoom link is. Please join us. And if you have any thoughts, questions, ideas about the job market, let's hear it. Let me try to help out. Let Lukey try to help you as well.
Awesome. Have a great week ahead. Stay warm. Update your profile. Connect. Stay active. Join our Guhuzian community at Guhuza.com, and just have a great week ahead. Let's see what happens this week.
Have a great weekend. Have a great weekend, and have a great week, guys. And join us at Guhuza.com for more human way to get hired and get hired better. Just all around.
Mark A, have a good one. We'll talk to you soon.
Have a great one. Bye.
Thanks, everybody.